Welcome to week 8 of Technopreneurial Leadership. Today we're diving into one of the most essential and transformative aspects of entrepreneurship, leadership, but not just the idea of being in charge or holding authority. We're talking about the kind of leadership that inspires teams, drives innovation, and keeps people moving forward, even in the face of uncertainty. Let's start by unpacking what leadership really means. At its heart, leadership is about influencing others to work toward a common goal. It's not about titles, seniority, or barking orders. It's about creating direction, building alignment, and fostering commitment. In the world of technopreneurship, where things change fast and unpredictably, leadership becomes the glue that connects vision to execution. Whether you're launching a startup, developing a tech innovation, or leading a social enterprise, your role isn't just to manage tasks. It's to motivate people, shape culture, and set the tone. In essence, you're leading long before anyone officially calls you a leader. This topic is especially relevant to you as a future technopreneur because leadership happens on many levels. It starts with leading yourself, managing your time, emotions, and accountability. As your venture grows, you'll lead a small team. Eventually, you may oversee an entire organization. But leadership doesn't suddenly appear when your company scales. It begins the moment you take ownership of your vision and inspire others to join you. Over time, scholars and practitioners have developed various theories and styles to help us understand leadership and how it adapts to different situations. Early on, the prevailing belief was that leaders are born, not made, that some people are simply gifted with traits like confidence, intelligence, or charisma. This is known as trait theory. While traits do play a role, modern research has shown that leadership can absolutely be cultivated through learning, reflection, and experience. Leadership theories then shifted focus to behavior, what leaders actually do. Some leaders are task-oriented, prioritizing performance, deadlines, and results. Others are relationship-oriented, emphasizing morale, communication, and trust. Neither approach is inherently right or wrong. It depends on the situation. This brings us to situational leadership theory, which emphasizes adaptability. The best leaders tailor their approach based on their team's readiness. For instance, you might give an experienced developer more autonomy, while providing hands-on guidance to a new intern. Another major evolution in leadership theory is transformational leadership, which is particularly relevant in startups and innovation-driven fields. Transformational leaders don't just manage, they inspire. They paint a compelling vision of the future and rally people behind it. They challenge assumptions, encourage creativity, and foster emotional commitment. Think of figures like Steve Jobs or Elon Musk. Despite their flaws, they were transformational in the way they pushed boundaries and reshaped industries. But transformational leadership isn't limited to global icons. A local founder mobilizing a community for green energy, or a young entrepreneur leading a team to create an app for micro-entrepreneurs. These are examples of transformational leadership in action. Leadership styles vary widely. Democratic leaders involve their teams in decision-making, seek feedback, and aim for consensus. Directive or autocratic leaders make quick decisions and expect others to follow. Then there's laissez-faire leadership, where leaders provide minimal oversight and trust their team to figure things out. In startups, especially within creative or technical teams, laissez-faire leadership can work well, provided there's clear direction. So what makes someone a good leader beyond their style or theoretical approach? Certain qualities consistently stand out. Vision is critical. Great leaders know where they're headed and can articulate that vision in a way that energizes others. Integrity is equally important, being honest, consistent, and fair. People follow leaders they trust. Without trust, there's no real leadership, only authority. Communication is another cornerstone. Effective leaders convey ideas clearly, listen actively, and resolve conflicts respectfully. Communication isn't just about speaking, it's about creating alignment. Emotional intelligence is also key. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are self-aware and manage their emotions effectively. They empathize with others, respond thoughtfully in tough situations, and remain calm under pressure. In the high-stress, uncertain world of technopreneurship, this steadiness is invaluable. Decisiveness is another hallmark of strong leadership. This doesn't mean being reckless. It means evaluating information, trusting your judgment, and making timely decisions. Hesitation or perfectionism can cost opportunities. At the same time, resilience is essential. Great leaders bounce back from setbacks, learn from failure, and stay focused when the road gets tough. In a startup, challenges are inevitable. The product might fail, investors might decline, or a team member might leave. Your resilience will anchor your team through these storms. Now let's address a common question. What's the difference between leadership and management? While they often overlap, they're not the same. Leadership is about influence, management is about control. Leadership focuses on vision, management ensures execution. A leader asks, are we doing the right things? While a manager asks, are we doing things right? Both are crucial. A technopreneur who only dreams and inspires but never delivers is just an idealist. Conversely, someone who only organizes without vision risks stagnation. In the early stages of your business, you'll need to do both. Set strategic goals while managing budgets, timelines, and operations. As your business grows, you'll begin delegating. You might hire a general manager to handle day-to-day operations while you focus on partnerships and innovation. At this stage, leadership takes center stage again. Your role shifts from micromanaging to steering the ship, developing people, and opening new opportunities. Management keeps things running. Leadership moves things forward. So what kind of leader should you strive to be? That depends on your values, strengths, and circumstances. The key is to be authentic, self-aware, and committed to growth. Reflect on your habits. How do you handle stress? How do you respond to feedback? Do people around you feel heard or just instructed? Leadership isn't about being perfect, it's about progress. Every conversation, decision, and even mistake is an opportunity to grow. Let me leave you with this thought. Leadership isn't about being in charge, it's about taking care of those in your charge. It's about setting an example, walking the talk, and showing people they matter. In technopreneurship, your leadership will shape your culture, your brand, and ultimately your legacy. Thank you for joining today's session. Next week, we'll dive into building and managing high-performing teams, hiring the right people, and creating a culture of innovation. Until then, lead with purpose and by example. See you soon.